Let's think about this word intellect. And in the English language, people have a specific concept about intellect. But in the context of meditation of Raj Yoga, let me explain buddhi, which is how I translate intellect. So, this is the inner receptacle, the container that I have when there's a lot of information that comes and we are surrounded by overload, an ocean of information. So the buddhi, the intellect, decides what it is that's useful and takes that in and holds that as knowledge. This knowledge actually also becomes my belief system. And as I follow that knowledge through in my life, in my actions, this turns into wisdom. And as I follow the path of wisdom, this is then allowing me to move in the direction of truth until I'm able to reach that destination. And so the role of the intellect is a very important one. And specifically in the context of meditation, think about how until now everything around us has told us that I'm the body. And when the intellect holds that awareness, I have absolutely no control of what's going on in my mind. Once the intellect has the information and the knowledge and the understanding and is beginning to experiment with that idea, I'm not the body, I am the soul, the inner being. In this awareness of the inner being, then, yes, I know that I am in charge of my own thoughts. And in India, for centuries, this has been described as a situation where you can say that the thoughts are like the wild horse running here and there of no purpose to anyone. But if you put a barrier in front of the horse and try to stop it, it's just going to break it. It's going to go over it and run. This is what's happening to our mind at the moment. Our mind just runs away without any discipline, any control. We can't manage it. But when I know I am a soul, the buddhi, the reins, are the ones with which I can control that horse. But I can only do that with love. If you want to tame a wild horse, the secret is to whisper sweet nothings into its ear, to tell the horse that the horse is very good, the horse is your friend, but you love it. And the horse will become your friend and be obedient and carry you to your destination. Same thing. They say that the mind can be my best friend or my worst enemy. So let me treat the mind gently and with the awareness that I, the soul, am in charge of my thinking. Let me move my thoughts away from negativity onto the track of positivity and pure elevated thinking. So I hold the reins in my hand and the horse is going to carry me to my destination. So the buddhi has a very important role to play. There's a model that we can use to look at that's very valuable in life. Think about the first layer, the thoughts, the mind, the feelings. The next layer, the intellect, the buddhi, the container, the receptacle of knowledge. And so what we're doing is clearing out old ways of thinking and understanding and believing, and now imbuing it with a new understanding of a spiritual dimension of who I am and what my job is. And my job is to be the master of my mind and use my thoughts in the right direction. But also, we can look at it in form of a circle, a cycle. My thoughts leading to action, right? This is what we were understanding earlier. Well, is there something I've forgotten? Yes, definitely. Because between the thinking and the doing, there should be a moment to pause and ask the question, should I not? But in our busyness of life, where speed is absolutely vital and essential, or so we think, thought moves into action without the pause. And what I have to learn to do is to reinstate the pause, in which then the filter, my inner compass, my conscience can play its part. In recent times, we've ignored the conscience. The negative thinking has been so powerful that it's gone beyond the filter, through the filter, broken holes in it to come through into action. And the conscience has stopped functioning. And in this condition, the chaos of our mind, the chaos of our actions has led to the chaos in the world. It's time to change that by changing the world inside. And so a negative thought comes, but now the intellect that's awoken is alert. The conscience is awake. And so negative thoughts don't get a chance to come through into action. Only pure, positive thoughts, elevated thoughts come through into my words and into my actions, and so the quality of my behavior and my relationships begins to change in a very positive direction. So the intellect is actually maybe the most important aspect of the inner being. Everything is within this pinpoint of light. That's it, just amazing. So much is contained within this inner being. But the awakening of the intellect happens through meditation, the strengthening of the conscience so that it becomes alert and powerful also happens through meditation.